Hello children, hello, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. So today we are going to deal with the first lesson of your English literature. We are starting with English literature, okay? Today you have an interesting story of a king and his anger, his beautiful tree, a special kind of tree in his garden. So a golden apple. Now, what are the fruits do you like, children? You love to eat apples, pomegranates, kiwi, jackfruit, banana, oranges, etc., papaya and all. And you love to eat fruit salad also, where you can have all the fruits together. So here we are going to deal with not just apples, but a special kind of apples. And these kind of apples you might have seen in movies, or you might have read in fairy tales, you might have read in stories, you might have heard in stories also. Here we are going to deal with golden apples. You are going to listen to a story where the golden apple tree gives life to many people. And there is something happening before it. So you are going to listen to this story. And also you are going to listen to a variety of morals which you can apply in your life. Okay. So as I said before, the name of your lesson is The Golden Apples. What is the name of your lesson? The Golden Apples. So this is the palace of the king, and there is a beautiful garden around his palace also. So once upon a time, there was a king who lived in his palace peacefully and happily. He loved his people too loved him back. He was a great king. He took care of his palace and his people, and there was a beautiful garden in his palace, and it had all kind of flowering plants, fruit trees which bore different types of fruits. There were ponds, streams in his palace because it was quite huge, and he enjoyed walking around them. And the most special tree in his garden was, of course, the golden apple tree, and it bore golden apples which tasted good, and the golden apple tree had got apples which was most delicious in his country. Now, he loved his people also, as I said before. This golden apple tree was guarded also. So one day, while the king was walking around the palace, he noticed that there is some kind of difference in this happening to this tree every day. The fruit seems to be less. So he understood that somebody is stealing the apples every day. He ordered his guards. He noticed the apples were less, and he ordered his guards to be extra careful of the tree. He ordered his guards to catch the thief as early as possible. But the guards couldn't seize him. The guards couldn't find the thief. So the king was really angry because he himself, now the guards couldn't catch the thief. But after a month, they were able to catch the thief. They did catch the thief, and the thief was brought in front of the king. But because of his anger, he was really angry at the thief. He ordered him to be seized. He did not listen to the thief, the reason he was stealing the apples. The thief was seized. After a few days, the king noticed that his people were dying of an unknown disease. The people did not know what disease they had. They were dying of an unknown sickness day by day, and the number increased also. The king couldn't find the solution for the sickness of his people. But after a few days, he understood that the kind of medicine made from the golden apples in his garden could find a solution, or they were able to make medicine out of these apples, which could cure the disease of the people. So the king understood that this particular man whom he had seized before was a man who was making medicines for this sickness for the people. See, the king did not even question the thief why he was stealing the apples, the reason he was stealing the apples from the garden. So now the king understood that the thief whom he seized was a man who was making medicines for the sickness, and he released him. But the king spoke to the man and said to him, "See, you could have taken apples from my garden with my permission. Why did you steal it? You took the apples for a good reason. You could have asked my permission." And then he gifted the man with a lot of golden apples from his garden and released the thief. This is the story. So children, as you children, there are a lot of tendency where you take some attractive things which you like. Maybe it is your parents' things or your cousins or maybe your friends, or when you go to a shop, you may find things which are attractive. You will have the wish to take it for yourself, but do not take it without your parents or the owner's permission, because that is a bad act from your part. Whenever you keep your hand on something, you should always ask the permission of the owner of that particular thing. Okay, even if it is your brothers or sisters, or even if it is your parents, you should ask permission. Okay, and as if the king had a great anger towards the thief, he did not even listen to the reason, and that was a reason behind the people's sickness was increasing and they have died because of the unknown sickness. So when you are angry, even when you are angry, listen to others, or do not take decisions when you are angry. Okay, when you are angry, you will say, okay, I am not going to eat food. Mama, I am not going to eat food. So when you are angry, do not take decisions. Okay, children? So these are the two morals which you can learn from this story. Now we are dealing with the meanings. There are some spellings which you come across are difficult. The first one is ripe. What is ripe, children? See, the first one is ripe. Repeat after me, ripe. What is the meaning of ripe? Ready to eat or juicy. The fruits which are ripe and raw. See, we can see a couple of ripe fruits here, which is ready to eat, which is edible. You can see a ripe apple, papaya, strawberry, cherry, a green apple, grapes, orange, pomegranate, then orange, even lemon you can see. These fruits are ready to eat. They are not raw. They are not bitter so that you cannot eat. They are ready to eat, very juicy and tasty and healthy also. So fruits which are ready to eat and which are very juicy are called as ripe fruits. The second one is steal. What is the meaning of steal? Yes, to take something without permission is stealing. Even if it is your parents or your own brothers or sisters' object, you have to take it and use with the others' permission. See, steal, take without permission. What's the meaning of steal? Take without permission. The third word is furious. Please repeat the spelling after me. F-U-R-I-O-U-S. Furious. What is the meaning of furious, children? Full of anger. Means we are really angry. You wanted to do something and you shout at people, and that kind of state is called as furious. Look at the girl here. She's really angry. She's and she's ready to do anything. See, that is the meaning of furious, full of anger. The fourth one is intention. What is your intention? Your aim. Sometimes you will think that you want 10 out of 10 in your dictation. So sometimes you will think that you need full marks, 10 out of 10 in your dictation. That is your aim and you'll work hard for it. Or maybe for the coming competition, you will wish that you want the first place. So you will work for it. So that aim, that wish of yours, that is the intention. That is, you really wish for something to happen and you work for it. That is the aim of yours. That is the intention. Please repeat after me. Intention. I-N-T-E-N-T-I-O-N. Intention. And what's the meaning of intention? Aim. Okay, so these are the 4 meanings. You have to learn all these 4 meanings with the spelling. Now let's see to the opposites, a few opposites. There are only 3, so you can learn fast. The first one is beautiful. Look at this lady. She is beautiful, isn't it? And what's the opposite of beautiful? Ugly. See this witch? She is ugly. Did you see the witch? She is ugly. Now, learn the spelling of beautiful, okay, as well as ugly. So, beautiful opposite ugly. Beautiful opposite ugly. Now, the second one, as I told before, furious. You are angry. Opposite calm. Look at the face of this girl. She's at peace. She's happy, she's calm at her heart. So that is, she's calm. So furious opposite calm. So the third one is, the third opposite is ripe. R-I-P-E, ripe. And what is the opposite of it? Unripe. U-N-R-I-P-E, unripe. See, how is a ripe fruit? It is red in color, that is the color of strawberry. It is ripe, it is juicy, it is ready to eat. You can consume it. But what about unripe strawberry? You cannot eat it, you cannot consume it because it is not ripe. It is unripe and it's green in color, it is not juicy and it may not taste good as you eat a normal ripe strawberry. Okay. So, this is for today. Please learn the lesson. You listen to the story as many as times possible. Learn the meanings and the opposites thoroughly. And that's all for today. Thank you, children.